Welcome back to the remarried Empress. Rashta starts getting a little too interested in the Empress, while Navier slowly realizes Rashta may be far more dangerous than she first appeared. Meanwhile, the public masquerade ball finally begins, and one red dress is enough to throw the entire ballroom into chaos. The next morning, Rashta approaches Navier and politely greets her. She asks if they can speak privately for a moment. Navier tells her to simply speak, but Rashta hesitates because Lady Knight Artina is standing nearby. So Navier signals for Artina to step further away. Only then does Rashta finally ask her real question. How much money does a concubine receive? Navier calmly explains that a concubine is typically given around 30,000 krang a year. Rashta's eyes immediately widen in excitement. Then she quickly asks when she'll begin receiving it, starting next month. But Rashta's questions slowly become stranger. Will all of the money be officially recorded? Navier tells her yes. Everything is carefully written in the accounting books. Then Rashta carefully asks something suspicious. Since Sovieshu already said Baron Lante will manage her finances, could part of the money may be given separately? 10,000? Maybe 15,000 krang? Without being written in the official records? Apparently, she heard rumors about secret double accounting books. Navier internally realizes something like that isn't impossible, but it's not something she can personally decide. Anything involving the concubine budget ultimately depends on Sovieshu. Back in her quarters, Rashta sits in frustration. Duke Urgi immediately notices her mood and asks what's wrong. Rashta complains that the Empress is cold. Curious, Rashta asks Duke Urgi what he thinks about Navier. Duke Urgi thinks that Navier isn't simply nice. She's cold, disciplined, and perfectly aware of her position. She thinks, speaks, and acts exactly like a queen should. Then he asks why Rashta suddenly needs hidden money at all. After all, the Emperor already gives her everything she wants. Rashta explains the problem. If Baron Lante controls her budget, she won't be able to freely spend money anymore. That's when Duke Urgi offers a solution. He can lend her the money. He'll even officially record the amount and won't ask for repayment for 5 years. But he has one condition. Rashta must tell him exactly why she needs the money. Because if she's being deceived or manipulated, he wants to stop it immediately. And honestly, he doesn't think secretly spending money behind the Emperor's back is a good idea. On another day, Navier discusses preparations for the upcoming masquerade ball. The event is special because anyone can attend regardless of status. While reviewing security and arrangements, Navier notices something strange. Rashta keeps appearing everywhere she goes. One servant dismisses it, saying Rashta is only a low-ranking concubine. But Navier internally disagrees. Why should she tolerate someone following her constantly? She dismisses the servant and directly calls Rashta over. Then asks her one simple question. Why are you following me? At first, Rashta pretends not to understand. But after Navier points out how often she keeps appearing nearby, Rashta innocently admits she simply wants to learn from her. She wants to become more like the Empress. Navier immediately refuses. If Rashta wants to learn etiquette, she should properly study under Countess Verdi and tell the Emperor about it. Then Navier says something even colder. Sovieshu likes Rashta specifically because she's nothing like Navier. Even Duke Urgi prefers her the way she is now. If Rashta secretly follows her, Navier can't stop her. But if she notices her again, she'll have the knights escort Rashta elsewhere. A few days later, the public masquerade ball finally begins. Navier arrives with her ladies wearing a stunning deep red dress paired with a golden mask. Even Countess Eliza admits nobody in the empire can wear such an intense red better than the Empress. But the moment they enter the ballroom, everyone freezes because Rashta is wearing almost the exact same dress, an equal intense shade of red. And immediately, Rashta turns toward Navier and asks, "Did Your Majesty wear a similar dress to Rashta's on purpose?" Navier remains perfectly calm. "You were the one who said you wanted to be like me. Doesn't that mean you intended to imitate everything I do?" Rashta instantly acts offended. "Why bring that up now? You're the one copying Rashta this time." But Navier calmly asks, "Why would I? All this situation would do is make everyone laugh at both of them. There was never any reason for her to copy Rashta." Then Navier walks past her, removes her mask, and casually throws it onto the floor. Afterward, she calmly takes her place on the throne while whispers spread through the ballroom. Who copied who? Was the Empress trying to humiliate the concubine? As Rashta cries dramatically in the middle of the dance floor, public sympathy immediately shifts toward her. Navier's attendants become furious hearing people criticize the Empress. But Navier herself stays calm. Instead, she quietly starts wondering who leaked information about her dress. Then suddenly, Sovieshu arrives. After hearing the rumors spreading through the ballroom and assessing the situation, he thanks Navier for wearing red for the New Year celebration. Navier is surprised. In front of everyone, Sovieshu kisses her cheek and thanks her for doing him the favor. The room instantly falls silent. Navier smiles politely and says she would have been happy wearing any color he chose. But internally, she knows he's lying. Still, the effect works immediately. Now that the emperor himself confirmed the outfit, the rumors disappeared at once. And the public becomes relieved seeing the emperor and the empress getting along again. Then Navier asks Sovieshu why he defended her. His answer is simple. The empress represents the face of the Eastern Empire, which means protecting her prestige protects the imperial family itself. Navier understands immediately. Of course, this was never about protecting her personally. Then suddenly, Rashta runs onto the stage and loudly announces, "Let's dance!" The crowd erupts into cheers. People become mesmerized by Rashta's dancing. As Sovieshu watches her, Navier calmly asks why he doesn't simply go dance with Rashta. Then Sovieshu smirks slightly. "Are you jealous?" And somehow, the two begin calmly arguing again. Sovieshu suddenly brings up how his mother trained Navier not to fight with others during her years as crown princess. Why does she always refuse to back down? Navier immediately offers something dangerous. Then, let them remove their crowns for 30 minutes and speak honestly, like ordinary people, a complete lawless zone. If he can do that, she'll tell him exactly why. But Sovieshu immediately refuses, because the last time she suggested that as crown princess, she literally beat him up in the argument. Meanwhile, after finishing her dance, Rashta notices something irritating. Navier and Sovieshu are still talking together. She assumes they're discussing politics again, and jealousy slowly creeps back in. Sovieshu never talks about politic matter with her. And now, Duke Urgi is away in Limwell, leaving her completely alone. Then suddenly, Rashta spots Duke Tuania nearby and immediately smiles, scheming again. Now, Navier quietly eats cake while Sovieshu drinks beside her. They casually continue poking at each other. Sovieshu jokes that after tonight, rumors will spread saying the Empress loves cake. And Navier immediately responds that it's still better than getting drunk and bothering her publicly. But suddenly, Sovieshu notices Rashta talking privately with another man. Navier briefly wonders if he feels jealous, but quickly dismisses the thought. Then another voice interrupts them, Prince Henry. He politely asks if he may stay beside Navier for a while, and Navier can't help noticing something ironic. Even though Sovieshu claims he isn't jealous, he clearly dislikes seeing another man near her. 3 days later, while Navier investigates who leaked information about her dress, Laura suddenly bursts into the room with shocking news. Duke Tuania has asked Duchess Tuania for a divorce. Apparently, he publicly accused her son of actually belonging to his own brother. The Duke claims he can no longer ignore the rumors after Duchess Tuania's suspicious behavior surrounding Duke Urgi, especially after the scandal at the Opera House. Old rumors suddenly begin resurfacing everywhere. People remember that Duchess Tuania became pregnant before marriage and never conceived another child afterward. Even the temple blood tests proved nothing, because the Duke and his brother are twins. Navier immediately realizes something feels wrong. Why would a scandal buried for 10 years suddenly return now? Then she remembers Rashta's strange behavior and suddenly asks, is Lady Rashta connected to this somehow? Apparently, Duchess Tuania refuses to accept the divorce, and the situation may soon escalate into a public trial. Navier immediately orders her attendants to investigate why Duke Tuania suddenly revived the rumors. Because if Rashta truly caused this, then she is far more dangerous than anyone realizes. If she is capable of manipulating noble society this effectively, she may eventually dominate the social circles entirely. But before Navier can even process everything, another shocking report arrives 4 days later. Viscount Landry stabbed Rashta with a knife. Everything is spiraling out of control far too quickly. The balance inside the palace keeps shifting more and more each day. But now, with blood finally spilled, everything may be about to change completely. If you enjoyed this episode of The Remarried Empress, make sure to subscribe and follow for episode 13, because the aftermath of Rashta's stabbing is going to shake the palace even further. Thank you for listening to Manga with me. I'll see you in the next episode.